Well, first of all, I think a lot of this league, you kind of get out of it what you put into it. And it looked like there, I mean, you guys made a nice little run towards the end. You're not slacking off out there. How are you approaching the Capital City League?
I'm definitely using what I can to get better in every aspect when it comes to offense. If you look at the scoreboards, a lot of the ISU players can really score the ball, and I feel like picking up full court and whatnot is going to benefit me on the defensive end. And I kind of want to, do things like guys like Chris Babb did, play full court D, play man-to-man, and play hard. So I'm just using whatever benefits I can get out of it.
Talk just a little bit about where you are as a player right now compared to, this time last year. How do you feel different out there in this league?
Well, I definitely feel like a year playing D1 basketball with one of the top teams in the nation, I feel like I definitely benefited from it. Going against those guys every day, getting way stronger, losing some bad fat, gaining some muscle. I definitely feel like I'm a more stronger player, more simple. I don't use as much dribbles. I definitely feel like I cleaned up some of my game, but there's a lot to go.
So, you played quite a bit early on in the season last year. In the Big 12, you didn't play as much, but I talked to a lot of guys, and they say sitting from the bench, watching, you learn a lot. What did you learn the most throughout your freshman year?
I learned that if you're willing to compete and willing to work hard, you're definitely going to find a position to play at the D1 level. I definitely feel like it's a bunch of guys who just worked hard and seeing a bunch of the best, in the Big 12, it's one of the best conferences out there, and playing with some of the best. I definitely realized that if you just put the work in and have the right mindset, that you'll be able to persevere in whatever you want to do.
We talked a little bit about physically how much stronger you are right now, but if you could put when your year-end meeting with Coach Hoiberg, what's the focal point of your offseason as far as a specific part of your game that you want to get better at?
I definitely took the lean out somewhat. I need to take the lean out my jumper, to get it more consistent. Hoiberg works with me every day on that, basically. And another thing is my defense. I definitely want to be a defensive presence because we lose, like I said, a guy like Chris Babb, and I feel like that was a big part of our D. So, that's something that I definitely want to pick up on and create for others and be a great point guard.
You talk about the lean now. For a really casual basketball fan who might not know what that is, what's Coach working with you on specifically?
When I first came in here, similar to like Melvin Ejim, Coach says it's a Canadian thing. We lean back on our jumper. I don't know if I thought it was too cool on the playground, but it's a bad habit that stayed with me, and it's kind of get some inconsistency with my jumper. So I got to just jump up and land in the same place. A person who really does it well is George Yang, Sharon Dorsey Walker, and Matt Thomas. Those guys are really stable. So that's what it is.
Last question for you. It's still early in the summer, obviously, but from the new guys, all the newcomers coming in, what have you seen, and how do you think the team will be next year?
Man, from the JUCO guys to the freshmen, we got a talented group, and I honestly mean that. We got a whole bunch of different weapons that's coming in this year that I feel like a lot of people are going to be surprised from. Like I said, from the JUCOs to the freshmen, they bring in a whole bunch of things. Matt, his shooting, Monte, his all-around point guard skills, Dustin, his athletic ability, KJ, his shooting ability, Daniel, his strength. I feel like we got a bunch of great guys that are coming in.